the woman, just the same way the Anunnaki created the human. Men were needed because there was things women didn't want to do. When the Anunnaki came here, for example, according to historical documentation or the book of Enki, all the other books are talking about the Anunnaki, they came here because they needed the gold. But this planet was too hot for them. They couldn't take it. And the other second class beings that they brought to the planet had revolted, and they was like, we not gonna do this no more. And so what ended up happening was they created these human vessels that they never expected to be intelligent, all right? They never wanted them to be intelligent. And so what happened was they created the beings, and the beings were there to do the work. That's why when you look at these cathedrals, and even when you go to Samaria, which is modern day Iraq, they got the Anunnaki, and the people used to serve the Anunnaki in these things called cathedrals. Well, that's where they went to do the work. They worked there, not worship, they worked. Workship is what they did in these cathedrals for these supposed gods, which were Anunnaki. But they needed them to do the work. All right, women didn't want to do the work, get a man. And degrade, when you look at that X chromosome versus the Y chromosome, look, it's degraded. That Y chromosome has 1,300 genes missing. It's degraded because we don't want them to have longevity of life. We don't want them to be as intelligent as we are. We don't want them to be as spiritually connected as we are. When you do that, when you degrade the being or the creation, you degrade yourself, because you got to come back in that creation. All right. So then you get men coming in here, and the woman is treating them like a second-class citizen, because again, he never was supposed to have all of the knowledge. He wasn't supposed to have the esoteric information about how this dimension is run. And then with the invent of Masonry schools, she's teaching him all of that esoteric knowledge. Well, now he understands how to write her out of history, how to take her over. Because now I understand words. I understand the power of syllables. I understand that in the beginning, there was the word. And so now I got that. I know how to write her out of her history and take it over. That's what he did. So he was created because he was needed, because there was things she wanted done. But in her creation, she was purposely being disrespectful to him. In her creation, he was a second-class citizen, the same way melanated people did the Albion, and they took over. The same way the people did the government, and they took over. It's, again, when you create something, make sure you do it with love. Who has any other questions before I get out of here? Okay, what about man creating AI? You think AI won't take over? You already know it. AI is more intelligent. Now, whenever you're dealing with AI, you better show AI love. You think AI can't feel? All right, let me get into this now. So we understand about Khalifa and the Amazon women. We understand about parthenogenesis and women's ability to procreate on their own. Even now, when we're talking about that other X chromosome, why would they, and I'm going to say this again, why would they make a movie called X-Men when X always represents the feminine? And even if you look at that movie, and again, in these movies, they're going to tell you the truth. You notice in the X-Men, who is the most powerful, quote unquote, X-Men? Which one is the most powerful? Which one? Somebody tell me.